everyone.
Hello.
Happy Music Monday. Things are technically not working. That was our original intro, but for some reason ours doesn't want to work. But anyway, hi, we have Mike Terry from the Jukebox Romantics with us. How are you?
Hello, everyone. What's going on? How are you? Thanks for having me on Music Mondays.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm actually just trying to find the link on so I can share this shit on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
I'm good though.
Well, anyone in the chat, let us know where you're tuning in from. And also, Terry and I went to college together, and Mel as well. Mel's not feeling good today. So
many moons ago.
Yeah, at the old Five Towns College.
Oh my God! Over how many years ago is it now? I don't even know.
I don't know. We're not going to say. But
it was only 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah. But yeah, so we all went to college together and started all of our bands around the same time, and we've all had many lineup changes as well as you've been through.
Yep, I think there's like 3.0. That's what I could say, or three or four versions, right? I feel like that's
yeah. So, what have you been up to for the quarantine times? What has your band been doing?
Sure. So the band, let's see, what have I been doing? So the band did like nothing for a bit. I think I shared this thing like 75 times just now.
Cool.
Okay. Cool. So the band basically was supposed to be in the studio at the beginning of the pandemic. We had a couple shows, and then that got canceled, obviously. And then, let's see. And then we were supposed to be in Europe for a tour and a festival in June, and that got canceled. And then, then we were supposed to be in the studio some more. And that got canceled again. And then, so that's basically what happened with that. And then Fest was supposed to happen, and that got canceled. And just a lot of things that were planned and got canceled. But we started, because we all live kind of far from each other. Like I was living in Long Island at the beginning of the pandemic and just moved back to Westchester in July. And then the other guys, they live up in like Newburgh, like Poughkeepsie, Wallkill area. So I guess not Poughkeepsie, but everybody knows the Chance kind of. Mm-hmm. So where the Chance is that way. Yeah, I love the Chance. But I mean, I hate the Chance, but I love the Chance. It's one of those places. It's kind of like I did a lot of weird shows there, a lot of crazy times, good times though.
That was my first time there when we played, I think.
Who did you guys play with? Who did you guys play with?
That Ramone's cover band, the all-girl cover
Ramones?
band.
Was it the Moms? I don't know if it was the Moms.
Or the Ramones.
Yeah. I don't know. But I think it was a different all-girl Ramonas? Yeah, I don't know. I made that up.
Maybe, yeah. No, there's a Ramones.
Okay.
Yeah. But, so they live up that way. So, so the last couple of years of living out in Long Island, practices have been kind of tough. They're like 3.5 hour journeys or 3 hour journeys during the day or week with traffic. So to get up there. So during the pandemic, we kind of just like chilled for the beginning of it. And then, when I moved back, it was, I was closer again. So we tried to get together a bunch. It was just really tough, like a lot of like nervous energy because we were really safe. My girlfriend is a doctor, and so she was dealing with a lot of stuff with the pandemic and like seeing people, like patients all the time. She's a pediatrician, but she got called to do like COVID stuff for a long time. So like we were just being really smart and safe about it. Like, when we met up, we wore masks, and we were supposed to be like finishing doing a full album, and we just finished it like last week, and it only was 5 songs, and it started like August of 2019. And then in March or January we were supposed to go. We canceled for some other reason, and then March we were supposed to go, and it just kept getting messed up. So we're like, fuck it, it's been so long. Like, let's just finish the 5 songs, and we just finished it the other day, and it sounds awesome.
Nice.
And and now we're just gonna look for like a place for it to live, or a label or labels or something like that.
nice. Very cool. So, as most of us, canceled and delays and can't go anywhere. And,
yeah, I did a couple live streamy things. Like some of the things we were supposed to play, they did like, festival from home stuff or some fundraiser stuff. And a couple of them were fun. The most fun one I had was with my buddy Adam from OC45. We did like a Blink-182 thing where we just did it. But you know what? Like, I fucking hate playing acoustic guitar. Like, I have no problem saying that. Like, my acoustic guitar is literally for like, writing music. Yeah, it's like for writing music, really. And then if there's ever a show where a buddy's band or a friend's band is in town and Jukebox can't play, I'll open up or I'll play, bring some heads in, so I'll play solo. Or if I'm ever just going to visit someone or fly out, I always try to make it like a music trip. So I'll book a show and bring my guitar, but it's not really something I like to do, especially not doing it like on Instagram. So, because I like being in a band for me is all about the live show. Like I know for everybody it's different. Some people love like being in the studio and like putting a song together. And like I love songwriting, but the process of like being in the studio and doing things till it's perfect, it's like nothing's ever going to be perfect to you. So I don't know. For me, like I love just the live experience because every time you play a show, it's different and it's unique to that one night and nothing's ever the same. Even if you're a band that plays the same set list all the time, it's never going to be the same the night before. Something is going to happen in the show because there's just too many factors. And doing it in front of a camera on Instagram you're not getting the same, like I'm not getting the same release by doing it,
Right. You could get some different comments.
Sure. Yeah.
You could lose your connection. There's so many. There's the virtual messed up show things that happen.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Tons.
Yeah. I do want to say hi to everyone in the chat.
Is it Twitch chat?
It's actually what you're seeing on the side. It's everyone from YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So
I didn't even see it. I was in the private chat. What's going on, gang?
Okay. So if anyone has any questions for anyone, just feel free to
shout them out.
Throw them in there.
Cool. Follow me on Twitch. I don't use it, but I'm BNT Jukebox. I just watch people. I actually been using Twitch a lot more during the pandemic.
What types of thing do you watch? Like, do you watch people playing video games? Do you watch what type of things?
Let's see. I was talking about my buddy man_Deronius. He is a daily Twitch streamer. We're buds from music, through music. We were friends growing up, and we did backyard wrestling together and music together. And he's become like a Twitch streamer in the last couple of years before the pandemic. And he does like a daily stream, and I'll watch him if I'm like working on the computer, because during the pandemic I took up like learning real estate stuff because I don't know what else to do with myself. And so because I lost my job. I work at music venues. For anybody who doesn't know me, I work, besides being in a band, because that clearly doesn't pay bills, I work at 2 music venues, one in Long Island called the Paramount, and then the Capitol Theater in Port Chester, New York.
Oh, were you there when we played with Cheap Trick?
I was there.
Oh, so then you did see Roxy.
Yeah, but we didn't meet. You didn't meet,
but you know.
Yeah. I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? No, I wasn't there for that. I was there for when Joan played.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm mixing up. But I remember when you guys played Cheap Trick. I think we were on tour. Good. Because I would have fucking totally. I would have remembered seeing you guys play.
Yeah. That's that's one of my favorite venues.
It's got like the best sound in the whole country. I mean, you've been to a million venues.
And it's got a great lighting rig.
Yeah. Like the really projections in there are pretty nuts too. They're actually doing something. I'll plug what they're doing. Coming up this month, there's a famous 6 days at the Capitol Theater where like the Grateful Dead did 6 shows in a row. And they were all like some weird, like, bullshit hippie, like telepathic thing. And there's this guy, Billy Strings, who's a bluegrass player, who's amazing. He's so good. And he's like kind of blowing up. And he's going to be playing at the Capitol Theater and doing all the projection stuff. And they're going to live stream it, which is really cool. Because I don't think anybody's played on that stage,
in a while.
Since March.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know how we got there, but yeah.
Real estate, and then
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we got a question from Matthew. What has gotten you through the pandemic? Have you picked up any other hobbies or things, or
Yoga.
yoga?
I've been yoga-ing a lot. So like a lot of people, I gained a lot of weight in the pandemic. I was just, with my partner and what she was going through at the hospital, we were just comfort eating all the time, and I was cooking a lot more and learning how to cook better because we were home. And I wasn't working out really. I was working my bike. I thought I was being active, but I put on a lot of weight, and I was just in the last couple months or few months, I've been like working out a lot more and doing a lot more yoga. But I've been doing yoga a lot the pandemic. Like I said, I took up real estate, which I don't know why. I just figured it was a good thing to have. I could still be in a band and tour and also sell houses, so why not?
Cool.
And yeah, I would say, probably yoga has got me through the pandemic, and books. I've been reading a lot more.
All right, cool.
Oh, yeah, definitely not like Zoom parties. I think I got over that real quick. And I'm so social. I thought it was going to be like something I would do all the time. Like, this is the best thing ever. I think I kind of got tired of it,
Yeah, because it's like if you like go on a Zoom chat to like have a drink with someone, then you log off. You're still at home by yourself drinking.
Yeah.
So I know. Yeah, like everyone's like, "Oh, I've been drinking so much." I'm like, I haven't had a drink this whole time.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's, you know what? And that's the thing. Like I'm having a beer right now because we're doing this, but
Right.
I think I stuck to the whole like, oh, I'm only gonna like drink on the weekends thing, like, during the pandemic, or like if there's like a big sporting event thing, or I have a reason to, like I'm not gonna drink every day. That's cool if you're down with that. I don't think my body can handle that anymore. Like, I'm not like 22. I'm only 25 now, so I can really can't, I really can't do that.
Well, the touring in the van thing, it's like
even like
before this, our last tour. I mean, our last few tours, we don't drink. It's like, and people are like, "Oh, you want to drink before the show?" I'm like, absolutely not. Like, we got to sing and play, and
I haven't really drunk before, like drink
and then drive.
Yeah, exactly.
We got things to do. We're working.
Yeah, like I don't think I drink before shows and like since the beginning of the band. We used to drink a lot, and then like if it's just like you feel like shit on 2 vans in the 12 years we've been a band, and or 13 years now, or almost 13. That van we've had since like 2011. We got it with like 60 or 80,000 miles on it, and it had almost 300 or 200 and something thousand, 200,000 miles. In the beginning, it had so many issues. We fixed it so much on the road that I think it was in good shape for a few years. Like, and it always had wear and tear. Like, it was just not meant to carry as much weight as we were carrying in it, and the ball bearings would break. And you learn a lot about vans from being in a band. But like, it doesn't mean you learn how to fix them. You just know when something's wrong, and you fixed it enough that you know what it costs to fix. So you're not like totally in shock when you're like, all the ball bearings and the control arms broke again. I'm like, oh yeah, that's like happens every 6 months at this point. So yeah. So what happened was the van just wasn't going to pass inspection, and the way we've been doing it, our band was built on like touring. We were touring like, in the beginning like 150, 200 days a year. And then we were touring like less, but still like, 5 weeks at a time, then like 5 weeks home, then 3 weeks at a time, then 2 months home, then just a lot. And so the last couple of years, we started just kind of like picking and choosing a little bit more and just touring around when we release something, or around festivals, or just trying to just go to new places more, to go to Europe, go to the UK, and just, not that, we toured like 48 continental U.S. states. And for a band like us, unless we were going on tour with like a bigger band, it wouldn't really make sense for us to really do a giant U.S. tour anymore. It's where we are in our lives. It's not something we want to do. None of us want to be in a van for, more than 21 days at a time, unless it's something really cool, and then we'll do it. But like, if it's just us or us and another band, and it's really just like, making money, but not like good money, like, and that to fund something else, then like for us, it's just, let's just do it and go travel and tour places we've never been. and kind of just be more wise about it. And so the van was not going to pass inspection. We were paying insurance on it. And then, like I said, we were doing a lot of flying out to places, borrowing someone else's van. We weren't driving our van across the country to do a tour. So, pandemic hit, the van wasn't going to pass inspection. It was going to cost $1,800 or $2,600 to fix. And we were just like, you know what, let's just put it to rest. And then, when we tour again, we'll either buy another van or, rent a van or borrow a van. And it wasn't really something we were really worried about.
Right.
Especially with the pandemic and just being like, I don't foresee this and why, we took it, uninsured it. Why just have this and then I moved. So I was moving off Long Island also. So I'm like, am I going to fucking move this broken down van with me just to have a broken down van with me? And so
yeah,
I was just like, it was a great storage unit for merch besides my basement and our music room. So that was the end of the van. How's your guys' van doing?
It's good. We have a minivan, which is my personal car. So
I live in it.
You're brave. Brave. You're brave.
Roxy's in the back seat right now. No.
You got great lighting in that van.
Yeah.
Looks spacious and comfortable.
So much room for activities.
Yeah. No. I had when we were in college, the van that I had then when we started. No, right before we started the band, I was in a different band, and the van I drove was my daily driver. It was like a big 8-passenger Dodge Ram van. Worst idea ever. Having a minivan as a daily driver isn't too bad.
Yeah, it's still kind of car-ish.
It's meant to be like a car.
Yeah.
Driving a big-ass van. Yeah. Driving a big-ass fucking touring van or work van as your regular car, especially from Westchester to Long Island all the time. It just is just felt like just shoveling money into a fire pit because it was just what was the point? But I had some great times in that van.
Yeah.
Partied a lot in it because that's just what you do when you're young and you have a space to fit 20 of your friends to go somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we were talking about before we logged on a new site you're on called Space Hay.
Space Hay.
I just clicked on the website and it looks exactly like old MySpace.
Yeah, Space Way. What's up? I would say what's up to Mike in the chat. Mike from Megawave. Miss you, brother.
Oh, Megawave. Hi.
Yeah. Oh, he's sending love to my doggo.
Hello.
Yeah. So our buddies Wolves and Wolves and Wolves and Wolves, which is a really obnoxious band name, and sucks to put on a flyer.
Wait, that's the whole.
Yeah, they're called Wolves and Wolves and Wolves and Wolves.
Okay, got it.
Or just Wolves X4.
Got it.
I saw they posted on Facebook one day, which I've been in and out of Facebook the last few months, and it's been great to not have it on my phone anymore. I feel like I only use it for band stuff, and even that's a dying place for music. So it's but they posted this Space Hay thing. They're it's like MySpace, and so okay. And when I was oh, it's like MySpace, and it's definitely in version 3, where you can't do a lot with it, but you can do a lot with it. And I was fuck it, why not? Let's see what happens. And you know what it is? The community aspect of it's really nice. People are really engaging with each other and trying to help each other grow. And I think that's cool. But at the same time, being 25 now, like I am, I really don't feel like I want to be spending all my time on another social media platform. And I get it. Bands really suck at social media. If you most bands are not good at it. Rappers are good at it. Young kids are good at it. But when it comes to musicians, bands are not good at it. Everybody just posts hey, here's my, here's a picture of us. Thanks a lot. I think I'm quoting it some YouTube video guy I watched talking about how rock music is dead. But it really paints a picture of how we all suck at social media because none of us really want to do it. We just want to play music, and we should probably just hire somebody to do it for us. Hire some kid. Do you guys have a kid? Can we find a kid?
No.
I think I need to have a kid and then make my kid do everything.
Just do this here.
Yeah.
Phone. Just go on and do this. Thanks.
I should have had a kid young so that by the time they were older, they could then be like a backup drummer or bass player. Like when I do have kids, I'm definitely going to make them choose the instrument that everybody always needs. Like everyone's always looking for a drummer and a bass player, and then definitely a bass player, and then a drummer, and then I'm like, you should learn like some string instrument and like pedal steel guitar because someone's always going to need you to work.
Yeah. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Space Hey don't really get into it then, right?
I mean, check us out. Spacehey.com/the Jukebox or Jukebox Romantics. It's basically MySpace. You can do all your HTML cool things in there that you remember from as a kid.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, all that shit. Is there a way for me to post in the chat? I don't even know how to do that.
Wait, what is it again? Space Hey?
Spacehey.com/Jukebox Romantics.
All right.
It's really silly. But it's actually cool though, because
Jukebox Romantics or
no, just Jukebox.
Okay, everyone go here.
Thanks. Just check it out. Not even for us, just to like see what it is. If you don't even remember MySpace, or if you never had the great luxury of being on MySpace.
Yeah.
I think our band is so old at this point that we had a MySpace, and now it's back again. Like it's gone full circle. Because we definitely had a MySpace, and I remember our first record label screaming at us towards like the dying days of MySpace. They were like, "You need to put all your tour dates on MySpace. Like, how are people going to know where you're going?" I was like, "It's dying. MySpace is dying." Like, we just paid a bunch of money. There was the band Defeater. Somebody from the band Defeater used to like design people's MySpaces. People who didn't know like HTML shit. Like, we just paid them a bunch of money to make your MySpace look cool, so you should use it. I'm like, I think everybody's just on Facebook now, and like a .com, like Bandcamp wasn't a thing yet,
right?
But now it's gone full circle, which means like world, which is fine. Which is why like every 4 or 5 years, we just get new members so that are younger, so it just keeps us young.
So you're like, hey, you could do TikTok now. Here,
yeah exactly.
That's great. So you just, what's going on in the chat here? What is? Yeah. I didn't know this one.
Zanga. So Zanga is one of those things that I've definitely heard, but I have no idea what the fuck it is. No idea.
Apparently, it's got the top 8.
Hell yeah! I don't think you get to. I don't think you could choose your top 8. I think it just gives you top 8s.
Oh, that's when you knew like one of your friends was mad at you.
Still working out the kinks.
Yeah. I know it looks like a pretty basic MySpace page.
Oh, somebody sent me a friend request 24 minutes ago. Nice.
Wow, nice.
See, so like that's the thing. Like it really makes you like
the drama of top 8s.
Yeah, it really makes you like look at who's like engaging with you. No, because like Facebook and Instagram is just like you like something and it's like, oh, so and so liked you. Or in the case of Facebook, you would never know. I think. But on there, it's like you have to like accept it. And then there's like a culture of being like, thanks for the ad, or, and then like commenting something. So it like really is more of like an engagement thing. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, how many fucks do I give to engage on Space A is like very little. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's all these other things.
There's so many things. I just want to play rock and roll. I just want to rock at this point. I feel like we all spent the last like 10 months just doing this. Like this is the best form of social media shit right now is like twitching and streaming like this. But like we've done all the things at this point. So now like after this, it'll be like, all right, like I'll see you at the show and like get off the goddamn internet.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope so.
I know, right?
Yeah. Or some people be like, I'm just going to stay on the internet.
No, people are going to be so afraid to leave. Some people, I definitely got a couple friends who are never leaving their house again. Like people who are already like introverted, like video game people, like who didn't really go out that much, are now never going to go out. They're thriving. They're thriving right now. Their social anxiety is like doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah, it's certainly an interesting, like anyone that was like totally cool with like being at home and just chilling or whatever. They're like, I could do this, no problem.
We didn't really go out like on the weekends or go to a show. Or they would go to a show once in a while. Like I don't think those people are ever going back to shows. they've like now like got their routine down.
Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly.
I think. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be well. Where do we like to ask this question? Where do you think things are going when you think like you guys would like play a show or like things like that? Like, what's your theory?
So the festival we were supposed to play last June in Germany got moved to this June. I don't think that's happening. But the next thing would be Fest in Gainesville, and that would be Halloween weekend. Do I see Fest happening? Probably not. Do I see shows happening by the end of October? Probably. Like, and at this point, like maybe some shows we wouldn't have played before, like, you know, just like more local shows. Because before this, we were not really playing local. And if we were going to play local, it would be like, you know, a bigger opening slot on something, or like, a support slot, like at a national touring act thing. And then we'd play like, you know, a couple local shows, maybe like, I don't even know where we're even local to anymore. I guess like Westchester, New York City. Like if a friend's band was on tour, we'd play, you know, every few months, but not that often. I think what's going to happen now is for everybody, it's going to start to be more of like a local scene again, and be more like, hey, you want to play my backyard? It's outside. Or like I'm doing backyard shows. Like it's outside, it's open air. You can spread out. You don't have to be close to people if you don't want to be. And I think that'll kind of be like the footway in for everybody. Yeah. That's what I think, especially for bands like at our levels. Like I think that's like kind of the way it would go. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of the bigger bands and the bigger venues, it might be tough. They might only be booking like one or two bands on a bill, and like usually a band like us that would open up might not have that opportunity anymore, because I don't think they're going to have the capacity and space and money to really, you know, afford to have like 5 band bills anymore. I think it'll be more like, hey, we're having 2 bands and the show's going to be a couple hours. And I think it might be like that at first, not forever, but I could see maybe playing a show by the fall. I hope. It'd be awesome. I have to remember how to do it.
What's a show?
I know, right? I just took up running for the first time in my life. So keeping my cardio up, because I feel like I definitely lost that with not playing shows. Mm-hmm. Especially like show shape. Like show shape is like totally a different thing.
I got to get back in there.
Do it.
When it was warmer out, I was good with it, but with the cold, it's just not something I could.
Yeah, no, I fucked up.
I'm not running or biking in the snow.
I was biking a lot, not happening now, especially like moving back to Westchester. It's not like Long Island. Like it's not flat here. Everywhere I live is a hill. So I feel like I'm doing a lot of walking my bike up things and not really riding it. And now with this, like with the weather, like, you know, there's no running in this.
Yeah, not happening.
No.
I think there's about 18 inches right now.
Mm-hmm.
Can't see out my window.
Yeah, it's past my knees, I think.
Yeah, it was up to like my waist before, just because like the wind. It's brutal. How are you gonna take yourself out of the van, Rox?
Can't even open the door.
Nope.
Well, at least your refrigerator is like one door away.
I'm checking out the.
Did you guys ever have like a fridge in your van? Did you guys ever do that?
We can't fit
the cooler, but that's it.
Okay, so question: your cooler, did you put ice in it, or was it an electric cooler?
Ice.
Okay.
I don't even think there was ice in it most of the time.
Normally, even put ice a lot of the times.
Just bananas.
Just bananas.
And water bottles.
There's a cooler of bananas.
Yeah, pretty much.
Water bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one summer where it was so hot, our van had no AC anymore, and we had a cooler just full of ice and like water bottles, and we would drive, and it would be like 100 degrees in the fucking van, and we just take the frozen water bottles out of the cooler and just put them behind our neck while driving, and it was like having AC. We also had like a plug-in fan. It didn't work well though at all.
Yeah, we have, I think, a few when we're parked and sleeping. We have like a few battery operated. You guys
sleep in the minivan?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, we did when there was a tour.
Right. 3 of you guys fit pretty good in there?
Yeah.
Damn.
We're up to the top.
So it's a big minivan.
I mean, it's the stow and go, so everything folds flat down.
Okay.
But we're packed up to the top there.
Nice.
There's no room for like anything.
See, the key is then on those tours is like making sure every venue has a cabinet to use, like a bass cab and a guitar cab, and then you can just bring the heads, and you have way more room then for activities and sleeping.
That's true. Yeah, I did go down to a 410, and Roxy uses a combo. But did you bring your head as well? What?
You were using something bigger than a 410?
I mean, I had a 412 cab for.
Oh, 412. Yeah, that's
but I went down to a 410 and a lunchbox head.
Gotcha.
And then Roxy is using the Fender combo. And then did you also bring a head too?
No, there was no room.
You have, but you have a lunchbox.
Yeah.
Head.
I have the dark glass head. Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes. I feel like that's like the way to go. It's just downsize. Like I had this giant orange cab in like a flight case that was just like obnoxiously heavy. It was super safe, and I sold it like about a year and a half ago, and I got like I literally dropped down to like a 212 like Mesa Boogie, like cab. I still have my giant ass orange head, and I felt like, oh, I can get through a show with this 212. It's big. And like, if I need to borrow a cab, I can. I thought you were crocheting, and then I saw there's a cat.
Is he taking your headphones?
Yeah, he wants my headphones.
I thought it was catnip.
Catnip headphones. Apparently, Matt loves lunch. I don't know what that was referring to.
I think we're talking your lunch boxes.
Maybe, yeah.
For everybody who probably doesn't know what that means. Let's see. Grumpy Steen said, I'm in a class of introverts, but there are times when I desperately wish I could go somewhere. Yeah, that's kind of like, yeah, I mean, I feel like that's everybody. Not everybody truly wants to be alone, unless you're like the most emo person ever. You know?
Right. Yeah. It's just
even the people who want to be alone don't really want to be alone.
Right, and you're like, yeah, this is cool, but also I kind of need to go somewhere.
Right. It's also nice. Well, there's a difference. Going somewhere, like some people don't need to go somewhere, but they like to have people around.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're happy staying home if there's somebody just in the house or on the couch. You don't even have to talk. You just have to be there. You know. And that's cool. You know, I think there's like a group. There's different levels of that, and I think some of us like need to go out. No matter where it is, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Just socialize in a different setting.
I don't know what happened with breakfast and lunch being someone's favorite meals. I don't know if we asked that question, but what's everyone's favorite meal of the day? Because there's apparently that going on in the chat.
All right, chat. These are the riveting questions you came to ask.
Yeah. I
would say that dinner would be my favorite because I don't like eggs, and that's like 90% of. I know. Look at the faces, everybody. It's like 90%. Like it's like 90% of like breakfast, and because eggs freak me out because they're like chicken periods. That's what they are. They freak me out.
We love eggs.
Yeah, that's what we eat on tours. Eggs.
Don't get me wrong. You can do so many things with eggs, and they're in like everything. I have no problem eating things that have egg in it.
Right.
I'm just not a fan of eggs. And the smell of them is what gets me.
That's like milk for me as an ingredient.
Like you do milk. But you won't drink a glass of milk because only psychopaths drink glasses of milk.
Even if I see a glass of milk on the table and I get a smell of it, I'm like, ugh.
Yep.
Gross.
Yep. Maggie had like a glass of milk on the counter before from, I don't even know what she was drinking it with, but something that doesn't belong to be drinking with milk. And it was just sitting on the counter. It was like this much milk left in it. I'm like, it's like been there for like a bit. I'm like, is this milk? Can we just get rid of it? Like, you can. Where is it going? Are you going to finish it? Do you finish milk once it's been sitting? Like, I don't. It's just so gross. It just grosses me out.
James wants to know. I don't know. I mean, there's no concerts for February, but will you be having love songs about whatever, or anti-Valentine's concerts?
I have no problem with Valentine's Day. However, I do think it's definitely a holiday created to sell flowers and candy. Uh, Anti-Valentine's Day, I mean, I'm all about the love, so I would say no. But if you hate Valentine's Day, that's cool too. You know, it's just another day.
Yeah. I think most of our set would be considered anti-Valentine's Day songs anyway.
Yeah, most of your songs are like, very much just the opposite of that.
Right, like My Future Ex and Drama King.
To be fair, I think that's most of us. Nobody there's only a few love songs. Most musicians who write love songs are not really. I feel like they're not positive.
Right. Yeah. You might think that they're nice.
I mean, Taylor Swift has 45 albums all about that. So the money is not in the love; it's in the breakup.
Yeah.
If you're in love, everything's fine. It's the breaking up that people want to hear about.
Grumpy says, "Dear Jane" could be a pro-Valentine's Day song for the stalker, not for Jane, though.
Oh, I don't know. I guess it could be.
Right.
Like Valentine's Day is the day that the stalker will get you.
Right.
And the cat.
And a cat. And a cat, exactly.
I remember that music video. I haven't seen that video of yours in a while.
We actually, our music video we have up for it now was at the Capitol Theater.
Really?
Yep.
Nice. There was a different.
There was an OG one, but that's been erased from the internet.
Oh, you guys are one of those bands? You just delete things? You're just erasing history?
Yep, we erased it.
Gotcha. Our drummer, who's it's me and Norm. Norm's been in the band since 2013, and he's been on this quest to delete stuff that's been before his time. Because we had a different singer for our first two records, and what I can say about our band, which I think a lot of bands can't say, is everybody in our band is cool with each other who is in the band and is not in the band anymore. And besides our, first singer, for the most part, everybody who left the band or is not in the band anymore, it was because of where they were in their lives and where the band was going. And we all stayed friends. And some of us are
it's
really
not
good
about
friends still.
That. It's just about, the stuff that we had previously. Then we've now re-recorded and we're more prouder of what we have out now. So I don't want those versions,
especially if it's re-recorded shit.
Right. Exactly.
I think we only have re-recorded one song from back then, and it has my voice on it. And there was no point of really going back and getting rid of it. There was never a music video for it, and I'm not going to take albums down off of Spotify or stuff because it's part of our history and who we are, And
at the time, we didn't. I think Spotify was just starting, and there was only 3 songs on there. I'm just get it off,
Yeah. Totally different situations than ours.
Yeah. And it had nothing to do with who it was or whatever. It's just this isn't what we want.
Right.
Out there, you want your best.
It doesn't represent who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have new versions of it, so why keep them? I get it.
Right, exactly. I don't want 8 different versions of.
Plus, it was for you guys, it was vocals also, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the thing, especially early on.
I'm trying to read this.
There's a novel here.
I was trying to read through these comments.
Sometimes people are sad, brokenhearted, single, and feeling I feel like I'm reading an ad in an old newspaper.
I think it's a Hallmark ad.
Yeah, single and feeling like no one will ever love anyone again. That is anti-Valentine's songs. Even at concerts somewhere in Europe, while everyone wants Valentine's concerts with songs about love.
All right.
1-800-Flowers. I feel like there's a commercial in there somewhere. I hear you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So
that's interesting. You could write one. You could write a song. Someone in the chat, Grumpy Steen. You could write one as if you were dumping other people to be with each other because you had the band better than you like them. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got some interesting things going on.
Now the chat's wild.
Some insight to Valentine's. We actually just put up a bunch of Valentine's Day merch on our site.
Ooh.
If anyone wants to check it out on jackknifestiletto.com.
Nice cheap plug. It's your show. You got to plug all the time.
Yeah, right. I just did it, so Roxy and Mel didn't even see them yet because I literally just did it. But hey, it's up in the world if anyone wants to go check it out.
Nice. I know we got to drop some merch.
Sneak.
I got like a message from our merch store the other day, like in our email. It's like, you haven't been on in a bit. I was like, we haven't released anything. We people were really kind to us in the beginning of the pandemic and like wanting to support bands and still like buying music now. But like when it comes to merch, I was, I didn't make anything because we were, not doing anything really. And I feel like we're just about to start like the process of like getting our new like EP, like a home, and then doing that whole like big like marketing, like promotion push, not marketing, like promo. And so like I'll release a new merch thing. I feel like that's like a better time thing. I have some cool things that we're sitting on. I want to do new hats, but it's just, I think it's not hat weather. It's like snow hat weather. At least here.
It's definitely snow hat weather right now. It's just hat weather, I guess.
I love being from the Northeast, and I love like having New York pride in my heart, but I really hate winter.
Yeah.
You guys are anti-winter people too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it ruins everything. Like even like during the pandemic, tomorrow I was supposed to meet up and have like a writing session for the band, and then band practice. And it's like, not going to happen because of snow. And it's because it's still going to be bad tomorrow. I was just like, even in the pandemic, the snow has ruined things. It's just like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you can't go anywhere. Now you really can't go anywhere.
Yeah, it's like, we're inside anyway. All right, moving on. Like,
exactly.
It's like what it is.
Like, I could do this if it's warmer out, but...
Yeah.
But I have my eagerness to do things and get out of the house while it's freezing out, that's very low on my list.
Nothing to do. It's like,
correct. Well, yeah, but at least like when it's warmer, like I could,
you could go out. You can enjoy the outside.
My dog does not like the cold either, so he don't want to be out. So
I had to carry my dog across the street from like our front because like I'll open the door and he won't go out. He'll like put his hands up against like the wall, like the door frame, and he's like 60 pounds or 55, 60 pounds, and he's all muscle. And so if I pull him outside, he pees right in front of the door, because he just hates the weather so much. Mm-hmm. I can't have him doing that. Like he hates the snow, hates the rain. So like carried him, like going through the snow, like up to my knee to the street, just dropped him in the street, and he like shit and pissed in the middle of the street, and then like went running back towards the house, jumped over the snow like he was a deer. And I was just like, okay, like now we're back inside. It's like it's no fun for anyone.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had to toss Bruce out the door. I've just like opened the door and just go do your thing, and then he runs back.
He's so cute.
He's a cute little guy. I go get him. Hold on, let me get him. He's sitting on the other couch. Hold on.
Yeah.
Whoops.
This is great radio. Rox, where's your cat? What's your cat's name?
Slash.
Oh, nice. Is that your favorite band or no?
I like them a lot, yes. I wouldn't say favorite.
Oh, look at that little nugget. Look at him.
All right, there's Bruce.
Oh, my God. He's wonderful.
You say hi?
Oh. He's just like, leave me alone.
Yeah, he was just chilling. He'll sleep all day, so.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Sirius is asleep right now. He's just passed out on the couch. I'm not going to. I can't even call him. My dog is deaf, so there's no calling him.
That's right. I met your dog, I think, right when you got him.
Yeah, it was very early on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So did you learn, like, I know you were, like, supposed to have, like, a trainer for the dog, or, like, did you, like, learn sign language
we did,
or something?
Yeah, we learned some sign language, but he knew.
Like dog sign language,
no,
right?
It's like, yeah, kind of. It's like people and dog sign language. He knows to go to his crate, and he knows, like, to sit down, and that's about it. we were really bad with it, and like unless he's looking, he's not paying attention anyway. Mm-hmm. He's like a pit bull Dalmatian Great Dane mix. So like those are three breeds that don't really like to listen anyway, and he's kind of stupid. So those things combined, it's like a lost cause. But he's a sweetheart, so I don't really care that he just doesn't listen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the hard thing when he gets does a bad thing. There's no correcting him. You can't scream no. You know, with most dogs, people will be like, oh, when you first get a dog, you're like, shake pennies in a can because it'll make the dog stop doing whatever they're doing. Like, yeah, that doesn't work. And you can't even give him a little smack on his nose or his butt because he's all muscle. So he won't. He'll be like, all right, we're playing. So all right, yeah.
Oh man,
I've been watching too much of The Sopranos in the last couple of weeks, so now I feel just smacking things around. So I just give my dog a smack.
Nice.
I don't abuse my dog.
Oh yeah, have you binge watched any fun series or movies or anything like that?
We got HBO. I'm an HBO Max person, I guess, and a horror movie stuff. I got Shudder, which is a great horror movie app. But no, just definitely doing Sopranos right now because Maggie never saw it or didn't see most of it, and I don't think I ever finished it or I missed a bunch of seasons. It was right in the middle of high school and going into college, The Sopranos. So I definitely was watching it in the beginning and then definitely fell off. So we've been enjoying that. I'm trying to think what else. It's so much, it just goes so quick.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of documentaries, We watched The Undoing. That was pretty good. With
The
Nicole
what?
Kidman. The Undoing. It's a murder thing.
Oh yeah, I watch a lot of those, like Ted Bundy and.
Yeah, anything murder. I just watched the Night Stalker one.
We just started watching that at night, but
it's okay.
It was okay, but also they just randomly throw in loud gunshots randomly throughout it, which are not even to do with the story. They'd just be and then gunshot, and I'm awake. I'm you gotta mix in your audio a little better.
Yeah, definitely. I think that one was I think that's been the worst one that I watched so far. It just recently came out. I was everybody kind of knows about the Night Stalker, and they're kind of doing it more about what's his name, Frank Salerno and his partner. There's more about the cops, and it was just it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it's tough. You been watching Sailor Moon?
No.
Which Sailor Moon? I remember Sailor Moon when we were kids, and it was on at 5 a.m. on Cartoon Network. But I know that was just the Japanese versions that were made for America and edited down and completely changed. So I wouldn't even know. I love Sailor Moon. I wouldn't know where to start. All right, it's on Hulu. Yes, Richard Ramirez. Wait, okay, the original version that's dubbed. It's on Hulu. Sweet.
All right.
He's the one called Sailor. Dude, you guys should cover the Sailor Moon song.
Oh, we could do that.
And then if you dressed up, you get all the super nerds from the internet to watch your videos because they'd be really into it.
Right.
For the wrong reasons. But if you cover the song, it's an awesome song.
Those songs are usually pretty fun. Is it the Powerpuff Girls one? That's a good one too.
The Powerpuff Girls, Power Rangers, all those old theme songs.
Power Rangers one year.
Yeah, Power Rangers has a shredding guitar solo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's same thing with Ninja Turtles. Huh? Pokemon. Pokemon's too.
Yeah. They all had great theme songs.
I know. I think that's a mark of a good show. Batman the Animated Series is a really good one. You couldn't really, there's nothing to sing, and there's a lot of symphony shit. You probably couldn't cover it. But all those shows had good songs.
Mm-hmm.
Even the bad shows had good songs. What was that show? Big Bad Beetleborgs? There's some.
I don't know.
There was a Power Rangers knockoff.
Oh, yeah. I did in the beginning got into the watching the Marvel Universe in order.
All 27 of the movies?
Yeah.
A buddy of mine's doing it.
I didn't do it in a day. We did it for within a few weeks.
Oh, there's some clunkers in there though. There's some movies that definitely could have been skipped.
I think the only one we skipped was the original Hulk one.
Definitely a skippable one. Maybe Iron Man 2, not really worth it.
I like Iron Man. He's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's your favorite?
Yeah.
I think I like Thor. I think the Thor movies have been the funniest ones, or at least the most entertaining ones.
Grew on me after I watched Ragnarok for the first time. That's the first time I really liked Thor.
Yeah, it's because Taika Waititi, the guy who directed it and wrote it, he's awesome.
Says Green Lantern. I did not see
Definitely. That's definitely a skippable one.
And then not to get too nerdy, I know we're also wrestling fans, and the Royal Rumble was yesterday.
Are you a wrestling fan?
Yes.
Roxy, are you a wrestling fan?
No.
Okay.
That's why I said I don't want to nerd out too much.
You're a wrestling fan?
Yes.
I never knew this in the years of our friendship. We've never had a wrestling conversation.
Well, my boyfriend Jimmy, he's a wrestling fan, so I got into wrestling. So,
Roxy, we might have to sit out for 3 minutes of this conversation.
3 minutes.
And you can talk amongst yourself.
3 minutes. I could talk about wrestling for fucking days.
I'm not an original wrestling fan. I don't know.
No, it is. The questions you ask everybody about wrestling is when did you start watching? When did you stop watching? And then when did you start again?
Right. I casually watch when he does, but now I'm I get into it a little bit.
All right. So wait, do you guys watch AEW or WWE?
Yes, we watch AEW too.
AEW is way better.
I love Chris Jericho.
Oh yeah, Chris Jericho is ridiculous.
He's great.
I had the bubbly. I had his liquor.
Mm-hmm. But he's also Roxy. You know the band Fozzy. He's in Fozzy.
He sings his own theme song. He
does. It's a great song.
Are Fozzy good live?
Yes, they are.
I figured you've seen them probably, right?
Yes. Yeah, they played a show with the Blackhearts.
Okay, cool.
I got to meet Chris Jericho and them, and
I've heard so many mixed things about Chris Jericho as a person.
They were so nice. They were awesome.
Okay,
and I got him into a show later on and to geek out on a Chris Jericho thing, which is he would walk around with a clipboard and write down who made a list.
Yeah.
So he was on my guest list, so I texted him, "You're on my list."
Oh my God.
I don't know if he got that I knew what the reference was, but
to him it was just like another day.
He was super nice, and they were all the whole band is really cool.
Nice. So wait, so you guys watched the Royal Rumble? Did you win any money? Were you in a pool?
No.
See, if I knew you liked wrestling, I would have.
I don't know about the pools.
I would have forced you to. Oh, the Royal Rumble is the only wrestling thing you can really gamble on. Got it. And you can make a lot of money. One of my two people last night are two different pools. Somebody made $270 and somebody else made $250. And it was only $20 to buy into both pools. So it was $10, men's and women's. But okay, so you watch AEW. That's awesome. Do you watch and then you watch some WWE stuff? Yeah, I watch mostly Raw and then the pay-per-views. Raw is so bad though these days. I can't watch it. Yeah. It's 3 hours of mind-numbing stuff. But I do love The Fiend and Alexa Bliss. But it's still ridiculous. Yeah. Not to complete. Yeah, we could All right, that was a long 3 minutes. Rox, what do you want to talk about? Well, now, okay, so Matt says, Roxy, what are you a fan of? Yeah, what is your nerddom? What is the thing you nerd out about, Rox?
I guess The Curse of Oak Island.
Okay, so wait. Is The Curse of Oak Island one of those WB shows?
No, it's on the History Channel.
Okay, I'll stop then. What is The Curse of Oak Island?
It's a real life treasure hunt.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it is it geocaching or is it actual treasure?
They don't know what the treasure is.
Is the treasure put there by the producers?
Some people think that.
Okay.
It's supposed to be pirate treasure and
pirate treasure.
I know nothing about it. Pretend like I know nothing about it. Tell me the 1 minute synopsis. Everybody in the chat and everything. Let us know.
People have been looking for this treasure on an island in Canada for a couple of hundred years.
What island in Canada?
Oak Island.
Oak Island, right? The name of the show. All right, continue.
And when they dig it up, it's booby trapped, and people have died. And
Stop. People have died live on the History Channel?
No, not on the History Channel. Nobody's died on the History Channel. Oh,
so Chester Copperpot from the Goonies. There's bones.
Kind of like that, yeah.
Somebody stuck in a booby trap?
I guess kind of like that. I think most of these people died from either collapses or natural gas or something like that.
Okay, continue.
And so far they've just found random things like coins and pieces of bone and random pieces of paper. it's in the 8th season.
Random pieces of paper? Are they old at least? Like from like
Yes, they're old.
Not even decades, like centuries ago?
Yeah, centuries old.
Okay, random pieces of paper from like 1995 isn't much of a treasure, so
No.
I wasn't sure. They found a couple AOL discs to sign up. Somewhere in the landfill of like ET video games for Atari.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so wait.
A floppy
How
disk.
many seasons of this show are there?
We're on the 8th season.
And how much treasure has been found?
Very little.
Okay, fine. Now, last question. On the spectrum of like ancient aliens to like World War II, where in reality does Oak Island sit as an actual history of real things? Or like
I think it's pretty credible, and I'm also a fan of Ancient Aliens.
So do you think Ancient Aliens is credible?
Some of it.
Okay. I believe in aliens. But I know Ancient Aliens gets pretty wild, right?
One of the theories is that they put the treasure on the island.
And now we're having a mashup. It's like when
There's going to be a crossover.
A crossover. It's like when Steve Urkel showed up on Full House. It's the same thing. It's like, you know what I'm talking about? He was on Step by Step also. The ABC Friday night TGIF.
Oh,
Okay.
Grumpy says that they've been hunting for this treasure since the 1700s.
Yep, that's accurate.
What's the treasure? Oh, who's they? Like everybody? Like people's treasure?
Yeah, just like random explorers, yeah.
So are treasure hunters, are they like archaeologists? I heard it was the aliens, Annie. I heard it too.
Yeah, I was like, what is that beeping?
It was the aliens. They're trying to communicate.
Oh, you preheated the oven. Okay. It sounded like that, but I haven't seen anyone.
9 o'clock at night. Are we having mozzarella sticks at this hour?
I don't know what's happening.
I got an air fryer because that's what you do when you turn 25.
Okay, yeah, I've been having major issues with the air fryer.
Is that what you're doing right now? You're air frying?
No, not at the moment, but I have like battles, and I post about it on Twitter. So
I saw a meme the other day that was, you turn at one point you're talking about rock and roll on stage, and then it's like, and then one day you turn 25 and you're discussing air fryers with everybody.
Right, that's literally my Twitter account right now. That's all I have to complain about is the air fryer.
So
why I can't use it.
Instagrammer called Air Fryer Addicts, and the guy air fries like the best shit. Anyway, I want to get more into this treasure hunting because right now I feel like it's a safe thing to do in the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
But only in Oak Island. They don't. How big is this island? How have they not found it? It's an island in Canada. It can't be that big.
I know, and they just discovered a new like mound on the island the other day.
A mound?
A mound.
A mound of what?
I don't know. They were calling it like a serpent mound or something.
I don't know about this show.
Oh man.
I feel like this is a show. Hey, this is really bad radio. Maggie.
Yeah.
Have you ever? Does anyone in your family watch the Curse of Curse?
The Curse of Oak Island.
The Curse of Oak Island on the History Channel?
No, but I've seen it on.
No.
Streaming clip.
She's got very smart people in her family, so I thought maybe this is a smart person thing. Clearly it's not.
Do you watch Ancient Aliens?
No, we don't watch Ancient Aliens. I just watch Tom DeLonge videos. It's the same thing.
Same thing.
Tom DeLonge is recognized by the government, so I trust him more than like some TV show. Tom DeLonge doesn't have his own TV show.
Maybe
He should.
Yeah.
I'd watch it. I think a lot of us would watch Tom DeLonge's Alien show. Just because like there's definitely like a large group of like generation, especially like at least there's like a 10 to 15 year gap of people who would watch Tom DeLonge's Alien show. And then anybody else who likes alien shit would watch it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because now he's like a credible source, apparently.
Who would have thought, right?
He was right all along.
Sorry.
I saw spaceships once. A spaceship in Long Island, on Long Island, not on. I was on Long Island. The spacecraft was in the air, but I saw one while driving, and it was crazy. And I saw it, and somebody else said that they saw the same thing happening, who was not with me. And I've heard other stories about UFO stuff. And the description of what some people's stories about seeing UFOs in the sky was exactly like mine. And it's wild. I was driving. Does anybody care about the story?
Yeah, do it.
I'll listen to the story.
Route 135 in Long Island. I was living in Farmingdale at the time. I don't know where I was driving, but it was like 5 o'clock. It was sunny, but the sun wasn't going down. It was like, I don't know, springtime. I was just driving 135, and in the horizon, I see fucking this thing just floating there. And it kind of looked like almost like a blimp, but not a blimp. And it was definitely silver. And it was like far away, but not moving. It looked like it was hovering. And then, like, I looked back at the road, and when I looked up at it again, it was in the same place, but like at a closer perspective, like way closer. And then I looked, and it moved like really quick and like stopped and then fucking jetted off. And it was just gone. And it was crazy. And I've heard multiple similar stories. And I don't know. Definitely from that day on, I was a believer of something. I don't know if it's aliens the way.
Robin says that Oak Island's wasted over weeks worth of Roxy's life, and they found nothing.
Over Roxy's life or Robin's life?
My
Both.
life.
Okay.
Oh boy.
They
All right.
might find
Well,
something tomorrow.
they might. I'll root for you.
I'm totally gonna watch an episode of the show. Where do I start? What's like the winning season?
Just watch tomorrow. They review everything they've ever done, every episode.
Everything, which is not a lot. Apparently, it's 8 seasons. They haven't found much, so it's probably like a 30-second recap. Like in season 1, we found rocks. In season 2, we found paper. In season 3, we found mounds.
In season 8, we found a coin.
They always find coins.
We found a 1901 Buffalo head nickel.
Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up in a few minutes. But do you have anything you want to plug while you're here for everyone to check out?
Follow us on Instagram. We're pretty active on there. Space Hey, if you want.
Space Hey.
Jukebox Romantics on Instagram, jukeboxromantics.com. We're going to be releasing this EP probably in the early spring to summer. We're kind of like having this inner debate. I know it's like a quick plug segment of the show. Thanks for that. Quick plug segment of the show, but we're having this debate about when to release this because we want to release it and be able to play shows. Usually when we release music, we tour.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's the way we're going to be able to do it this time, especially because we haven't released anything in a couple of years. So I think we're going to try to get it out and get back in the studio by the fall and then get a full length going again. We're adding band members right now, which is super exciting. And so, yeah, probably check out our socials and our website, jukeboxromantics.com, for updates about the record. It'll probably be out, and we'll probably release a single in the next few months. And yeah, that's all really. Just take care of each other and wear fucking masks and if you can get vaccinated, get vaccinated.
Well, yes, we also like to leave a positive-ish note on for either musicians or audience members on kind of what your positive thought is for everyone to on the spot, a nice inspirational thing to leave off on.
Yeah. Stop before you speak and think about other people's feelings, but also take care of yourself and don't put yourself in situations that you aren't comfortable in that might, hurt yourself or others. And, if you're scared to do something that's new to you, it's a pandemic. Just try something new. Like literally try anything. Even if you don't think you'll like it, you should try something new. New things all the time. And new things might bring you joy in your life. And joy is all you can ask for and all we're looking for. So try to find new things that make you happy and have fun. And surround yourself with positive people and positive things, because there's enough negative shit out there. And there's plenty of positive people like us. At least I think everybody in this chat is, or in this on this stream, is a positive person. So surround yourself with people like that, and it'll kind of rub off whether you want to or not. That's all.
Awesome. Well, thank you for tuning in with us. It's great seeing you. I hope we get to see you soon and play a show together.
Oh God, playing a show
That'll
would
be
be
great.
awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That would be awesome.
Sweet.
Thank you, everyone in the chat, for tuning in and hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks, chat. Appreciate it.
Yes, and hopefully, we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week, guys.
Yeah.
I won't be here, but I'll be watching.
Someone else will be here, but yeah.
Oh, you gotta tune in to find out.
Yes. All right. See you guys.
Later, guys.
Bye.
Thank you so much.